He was ridden.
A little before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. And do you lunge him first, or do you just hop on?
Normally I don't. I mean, if I started right now, I would.
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
But usually I just hop on.
Yeah.
His one bad habit riding that we've had is that sometimes when I put the mounting block on, I step on, he'll just take a step away.
Yeah.
And I've been working with him to move his butt over.
Mm-hmm.
And we get it. And, it takes me maybe 5 minutes to make sure he's just not going to move when I get on.
Yeah.
But he doesn't try and really move. It's just like,
Yeah.
no.
And that's so fixable.
And so, it's just taking that time to have him wait.
Yeah.
And then I think he's really good. I do have a short video I can send Nan of him under saddle when the trainer was riding him.
That would be nice.
And then I rode him for, 12 or 15 rides.
Yeah.
And I cantered him once, but I decided that, which was great. He actually has a great canter.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided that we weren't ready to do more canter work. I mean, we did sort of, around the arena and then a small circle, but he still can be a little stiff turning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just trying to get him to, we go, just trotting on a loose rein fast, and then in our corners try and come back, and then go out and come back, because he needs just a lot of that work so that he works more off his hind end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will help him to be a little softer in the neck too.
Yeah.
And he turns, it's left, I think it's really well to the left, and we were getting a little stiffness to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was also just trying to do like little circles sort of all around the arena at the trot, like this, and at the walk, but just a lot of slow work so that, he was listening to my aids and yielding with his head. And I just thought, we're not really ready to canter much.
Right.
We have things to do. But in terms of being safe, he was great. I think he had, one spook when, cat, they have these, comes over, and it was, I haven't ridden much in years, and it was kind of just, and I didn't even feel like I was going to come out of the saddle. But, so, he's certainly not bomb-proof, and he's green, but he's just got such a willing temperament and mind, and I just, a lot of potential, I guess. And I always felt very safe on him, and I'm kind of a big chicken, and like I say, just haven't been riding much, and I just felt good.
Perfectly fine. Yeah.
Being up there.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in a lot of new situations. I mean, and he hasn't been out on the trail under saddle. He's been at rest stops and things like that on a halter. And I always think that's something to do with a buddy, and build confidence and do that kind of stuff, because he hasn't done. He's limited in his under saddle experience.
Mm-hmm. How about his feet? Any trouble trimming his feet?
Nope, he's really good for the farrier.
Hasn't had shoes on before?
Once just in the front before we went to the show, and that was because he does tend to wear the outside of his feet more than the inside, which is why it flares a little bit to the inside.
I see that.
And if he had on shoes regularly, that would even out, because he wouldn't wear the outside. He wouldn't be able to wear the outside, and the right side wouldn't just scoot away like that.
Yeah.
And so we did put shoes on just before I went, because he had, broken this up a little bit, and so it just looked better. But that was the only time he ever had shoes on his great. I mean, he just stood there for the farrier. Other than that, that's really his only issue with his feet, is that flaring to the inside. And, I was talking to, we use Glenn Joshua, and he was saying that if you put shoes on, you're going to get a foot that looks perfectly even, but if you take those shoes off, after time it's going to go back to this.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes if you try to change their natural feet, you misalign something. I use Glenn too.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah. And he's so thoughtful about everything he does.
Yeah.
And so what else about him? But no, he's really kind of, he's had a bath, when we took him to the show. He doesn't love a bath. I mean, always, I do it just often, just holding him. Sometimes if you really want to scrub him down, we'll do it in the stanchion. But I just start with his front legs. You know, if you walked right up to him and started hosing his back, he'd probably go, what?
I'd hump too.
But if you start by hosing his front legs,
Right.
then, oh, okay.
Right.
Totally sweet. I mean, I can't imagine if he would ever do anything aggressive. Because he's just, I mean, he's not that way with other horses, he's not that way with people. When his mom, when little kids would come to the farm, it was always her that would pull out of the field and throw them up on her back and lead them around. And you know, he's very much like that too. I mean, he's just a really sweet guy.
Can we